Well, hi again and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a little Christmas video and I'm doing the same video from like last year, the thrifting all gift for 2021. But for this year's always 2022. It's honestly just November. However, last year when I started in December, I got so stressed and I could see it in the video when I like rewatched it that I was like, I am like time crunching here. So I didn't want to do this in this video. So I'm actually starting like in the beginning of November now. So that's why it's kind of like looking a little bit boring outside. Like the leaves have fallen off. Like it's kind of like boring and gray like it usually is in Sweden around this time. But I'm preparing. But I tried to be like a little festive at least. So for last year, I thought this challenge was really fun. It was a little bit time consuming, but I still feel like it was worth it. Like it was really like fun to like see what I can come up with like from the thrifted gift. And the whole point of this, I think it's definitely worth it. So like you're making a less of a mark on like the environment, like especially in these times, like we really need to be careful about the environment. If you're like me, I love Christmas. I love buying Christmas presents to people, like figuring out what they want and stuff like that. However, I'm very aware of that Christmas and consumerism is extremely bad for like the environment. Like there's so much, everything from mass consumption, mass production, and also like all the transportation of like the Christmas goods and all the presents and like everything. Like it's a lot around Christmas, and obviously I want to do my part and do as little of an impact on the environment as possible. So that's obviously what we're gonna do in this video. We're gonna thrift all the Christmas present for 2022, and I'm really excited about this. Like it was really fun last year. So right now, as you can see, like outside from like the gray and boring weather, it's November, because I realized that when I started in December I was so stressed going to so many thrift stores, like trying to edit the video. Like it was a time crunch and I was stressed. Also, my strategy for this year, I think, is looking a little bit more online and maybe buying less gifts, but maybe finding better gifts rather than like the quantity of them. Because last year, like everything was really cheap. So like I bought a lot of things for a lot of people. So this year I'm gonna try to maybe like buy one gift per person. I don't think that's gonna be for everybody, but I'm gonna try to like finding a really good gift that's maybe a little bit more expensive. But I haven't decided yet. So like, but that's like kind of where my head is right now. The people that I'm buying Christmas presents are basically the same people that I did last year. It's my dad, my brother, my brother's girlfriend, my grandma, my aunt, my uncle, my nieces and nephews, which are like two nephews and one niece. And I think I'm gonna buy like something like combined to their parents too, my cousin and her husband. And for this year, I think I'm gonna buy some things for 3 of my friends. It's not the same friends that I bought stuff for last year, but since like me and my friends or like my different friend groups don't really have a tradition to give each other some things, I may be doing like one of these things that I switch out friends for like each year and like buying them something little, I think. So we'll see how that goes. So for last year, like reviewing the stuff that I bought like all of the people like last year, for my dad I was pretty happy. I'm thinking about like maybe this year buying him like some cooking equipment, maybe like an air fryer or something like that. But the thing is, like, I haven't really settled my mind on that yet. I'm still thinking about like what he would get most use out of. And for my brother, I have honestly no idea what I'm getting my brother. It's kind of stressing me out a little bit. I have obviously asked him, but like I have gotten no answer so far. And for my brother's girlfriend, she's very into working out and going to the gym and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about like staying in the working out category for her, but still I have no like concrete ideas. So I was thinking about like maybe workout clothes. However, I don't think I can thrift that, and like I don't think I would want to, because giving somebody else like worn workout clothes that somebody else have like sweated in and they might smell a little bit, I think that's a very personal choice if you would like to do that or not. So I think I'm gonna stay away from that. Maybe I can buy her some workout equipment, maybe like dumbbells or something like that. I don't know, like still like this is a very up in the air. And for my grandma, I was actually really happy what I got her last year, like the knitting stuff and everything, because like knitting and crosswords are like the few things that she still like really likes to do. So I kind of might stay in that realm, I'm not sure. I had an idea to maybe getting her like one of those like digital picture frame, and putting like a video. I'm not even sure if that's possible, but this is like just like me like brainstorming a little bit with a video of a very nice speech that my grandpa did about like his and her relationship. Like it was at our summer house that they bought together, and just like thanked her for like everything that she've done, like they've done together. So I thought it was like really cute. I really loved that speech, and I think she really did too. I think both of them cried. So I'm thinking about that. However, stuff with my grandpa has made her very sad and emotional lately. So I'm still debating that, because obviously I don't really want to make her sad, but I think she's gonna like really appreciate it. I just don't want to like make her cry. That's still something that I'm like trying to figure out if that's a good idea or not. So for my aunt and uncle, last year I gave them books. That was like the one gift that I wasn't really happy with, because I felt like, okay, sorry, my phone died. And also I'm fighting the Swedish like fall and winter lighting, so like it's changing like really rapidly, so like I need to hurry up with this. So for my aunts and uncles present last year, I wasn't extremely happy about it, because like it didn't feel like super personalized in my opinion. So for this year I kind of want their presents to be a little bit more personalized and like special to them. I do have an idea for my uncle's presents. Like he's really into these like series like Mumintrollet or Moomin. It's kind of like a child series character from Finland. I loved it as a kid. It's great. I think it's pretty famous right now too. But I'm thinking about maybe getting him like some collectibles from like the Moomin brand. Exactly what, I don't really know yet, but I have started looking it up on a site called Tradera. It's like an auction site we have here in Sweden, and I have some ideas. For right now, it kind of looks like I'm buying him like these like vintage comic books from the 70s. And I'm honestly very, very happy about that present, but we'll see how like the auction goes and everything. And for my aunt, I have no idea. I have no idea what to buy her. Again, she has everything, like I mean like everything. So like finding her something that she would like is very hard. I've actually started to think about like maybe having a little cheat in this challenge, that I get to buy like food and like maybe wine or like edible things that can kind of like compromise or like lift up a gift, if that makes sense. So like if I buy like a basket from like a thrift store and then fill it with like cheeses and like wine and stuff like that, I'm not sure if that's cheating. It feels a little bit more environmental friendly since it's something that you consume, if that makes sense, like your body consumes. But I kind of want to try to find items to maybe like give people ideas what they can buy if they want to like buy like an item. So I'll keep that in mind, but I don't know if I'm gonna like bring that like little cheat out yet. Then we have my 2 nephews and 1 niece. For last year, I was really happy about what I got them. I got them like a 1 individual gift and then like a family basket. I really like the family basket, but for this year, I really want to give them like 1 or 2 like really quality gifts instead. So I was eyeing like a puzzle for like the youngest, but he's only 1.5, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be good. And that's also on the auction site. For the 2 oldest, I honestly don't know. I asked my aunt if she knew like their interest, and also my cousins, and they didn't really know. Like, and the oldest ones like really like Legos. And also one really important thing, I really try to buy gender neutral gifts for kids. I think that's like what you should do, in my opinion at least, because like it's not like my business if they like princesses or cars or some like very like gender specific or like steer them in one way. That's not my business whatsoever. I really think that's something that you should do if you are not very close to these kids and they ask for something very specific. I think buying gender neutral gifts should be a standard, even if it's not really. So I think puzzles and Legos and stuff like that is like pretty gender neutral, but I'm not like super set with the gifts for them. So like I kind of need to browse a little bit. I know the grandpa likes Moomin, so it might be something related to that. I don't know, but we'll see. And then I think I'm gonna buy my cousin, their mom, and also her husband something, but it might be like a couple's gift. I haven't really figured that out yet, and honestly I don't really know exactly what they want. Like they do like to travel and being out in nature, so maybe that's something of a category I can like keep myself to. And then compared to last year, I bought like I think 2 friends like on camera and then another friend like off camera present. presents, and they were a little bit bigger. This year, I think I'm gonna buy 3 other friends Christmas presents. Maybe it's like smaller this year. So basically between my friends group, like we never really buy each other Christmas presents, but I think it's kind of like a cute idea to like each year like switch friend group and like give each friend group like a little thing or something like that. So this year is my gymnasium friends. It's basically like high school here in Sweden. I honestly have no idea what to get them. But I think I might get some like inspiration and ideas from when I go to thrift stores. Again, I think this would be so much easier too if I could like add something, if I maybe buy them something and put like candy in it or something like that. We'll see. Again, this year is gonna be harder. I don't know exactly why, but that's where I'm at right now. You guys are gonna follow me like throughout the whole process if I like figure out like exactly what to buy them and like my brainstorming and stuff like that. So hopefully that's interesting. I might also bring you guys along when I like wrap the presents. So if you watched the last video, I actually used like cloth or like fabric for like reusable wrapping paper, and I'm thinking about like doing the same like this year again, but maybe like experimenting a little bit with like other like wrapping forms, maybe. So maybe that's like interesting to see, like, so I might do that too, like a part where I wrap the things too. I might also do like other Christmas videos this year for maybe like a decoration video or like a wrapping video or maybe like a baking video. I don't know, like honestly I have no idea, but I might do other Christmas videos too, but we'll see. Also last year I bought like a Christmas present through UNICEF to like children in need basically, and I'm gonna do like the same thing this year. However, I'm not sure if I'm gonna use UNICEF. I think UNICEF is really good because they have like packages that you can buy. For example, if you want to buy children in other countries that are in need for like school stuff or like medicine and stuff like that, so you can kind of like choose which bundle you want to buy them. You can also like donate money, and I think for this year I will like donate money for the specific reason of they might have a specific need that they need money to right now. So if I like buy a bundle, that might not be the thing that they're most in need of right now. But for this year I'm thinking about like donating to like an organization that has to do with the civil rights of the people of Iran, because of the simple reason that I really think that they need help right now. However, the only organizations that I could find to like donate to was kind of like news reporting organizations. However, I kind of wanted to like donate to an organization that was in Iran that might be able to help like more on hands in Iran, but I haven't found one of those yet. Like through times I found like a bunch of organizations that was more like news based for like donating to like get news from Iran. I will look into that more, like what kind of organization there is to donate to, and if you have one, please let me know in the comments below or like DM me or something like that, because I really want to know like how to help. I understand like the conditions there right now, or like the infrastructures or whatever you want to call it, like makes it a little bit hard for organizations like that to like exist. But if you have one, please let me know. Like I'm trying to do my research, but for right now it seems like this year I will donate to like an organization that will help Iran, and I obviously would really recommend you to do the same, or UNICEF or any other organization that helps people in need. And my idea for this year, instead of like buying a bundle, I think I'm gonna donate like 25 kroner, which is about like $2.50 per person that I'm buying the gifts for. So I think in total that would be like $35 ish. Like it's not a lot of money, but it's at least something. And I think the gesture of that, like donating like a little portion for every person that you're fortunate enough to like buy a Christmas present like in your own life, I don't know, but to me that kind of like made sense to kind of like even out the injustice of the world. Even if you can only donate like $1 or something like that, or if you have like the finances to donate like $5 or even $10 per person that you're giving a gift to, I think that's a really good idea. So I would definitely recommend you to do that. I will link some links below that you can like donate for, like example, UNICEF, like to the packages that you can buy for kids in other countries, maybe the Red Cross, and also for the organization that I can find that you can donate to help the people of Iran. I will do my research on that, but it has been a little bit of a difficult time. So like if you know anything, please let me know. But anyways, let's get back to the presents. So I think what I'm gonna start with is to like find inspiration, like browse Tradera, like auction sites, like maybe Facebook Market, go to a few thrift store and collect like inspiration, because right now everything is kind of like up in the air. I'm not exactly sure what to buy people, but that usually like falls in place when you have looked around for a little bit. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. And also maybe try to get like the items for my uncle and maybe the puzzle for my nephew. So yeah, that's the first thing that we're gonna do, and yeah, let's go. Okay, so I found this for 10 krona, which is about $1. These like scrap fabric that's kind of like yarn-ish. So I'm thinking about getting like these for like the wrapping for like the ribbon and stuff like that. So I wonder if I should take like these 4 red ones. That's kind of great. And here we also have like a fall and Halloween table. It's after Halloween right now, but there's not a lot left, but there's still quite a lot. And I also want to show you guys, like just walking into a thrift store, you can like find automatically like decorations for different holidays. For example, this could be for Christmas. That could also be for Christmas. And here they have like pots. These red ones could be for Christmas. So yeah, you can pretty much like find like random things for like different holidays in every thrift shop. For example, like these yellow one could be for Easter. I don't know, those for summer. That's just a few examples. Okay, now I'm back from 2 rounds of secondhand stores and also some browsing on an auction site, as well as like looking through like Facebook Market a little bit. And I'm using a new camera and I really cannot see if it's focusing, so like I'm just crossing my fingers that it does. But anyways, so at the first store I found like these like, it's not yarn. Anyways, I'm gonna use this like on the presents because like I'm still trying to like be as environmental friendly and only use like reusable like wrapping and things that you basically can reuse, so you don't have to like buy things that has to be shipped and like reproduce. These were only like $3, so that's like really cheap. I think I saw like new ones, like really small ones, like smaller than this one, for about like 50 kroner, which is about like $5, or like 40 kroner. So like this was a steal. I also found this little tea kettle at the same store. This was 20 kroner, which is $2. I'm honestly not sure what material this is, but I think it's copper. Anyways, we're gonna get back to this one. And at the other physical store, I was really disappointed. It was really not my vibe. But I found like this little packet, and a lot of like secondhand stores in Sweden has like these like toy sets or toy bundles, and this costs like 60 kroner. It's Super Mario Lego and like some random Legos right here. And I figured I could give this to my oldest nephew because he loves Lego, but he has a lot. But honestly, I wasn't super happy about this idea to give him Lego. I know he has a ton of Lego and it didn't feel like a slam dunk. It was a good idea, and like it was also Super Mario, so that's like I guess like a brand name Lego. But to be perfectly honest, like I have been very disappointed at the toys and like the kids stuff that they have at these like stores. So honestly, I started to lose hope a little bit. But while I was like scrolling at the auction site for my uncle's like vintage like Moomin, like vintage comics and stuff like that, I obviously like looked at a lot of other like Moomin stuff, and I started to like search for like other like things from my childhood. And in my opinion, Swedish like kids games and like PC games were so good when I was growing up. So in Sweden we had like Moomin, we have Pets on Findus, we have Mullemek, and honestly I got like to deep dive at that auction site for like all the old kids games, and that's how I got the idea that I'm gonna give my nieces and nephews like old school games or like PC games that me and my brother played when we were younger, because they were so much better. Like the drawings were so nice, like the stories and the mini PC games, so like within the game was so much better, and they were very like teachable games. Like they always like taught you something about like math, like logic, or just like something. And that's also why like my dad bought these games, because he thought they were really good for us, so we can like play at the same time that we learned. They were both so fun, like they was like so creative, even if it was like learning games. So I thought that would be perfect for my nieces and nephews, because one of my nephews, like he is very smart, so I think these games would be very like stimulating for him. And both me and my brother, we are very different people. Both of us love these games, and when I told him that I bought some for myself too, because I kind of want to play them now, he was also so excited. He was like, yeah, I want to come and play when you get them. It might be a little bit weird, however However, it's gonna be so much fun. These games were so good, so I think they're gonna love them. So I'm so happy with that present. I think I'm gonna buy them maybe like 2 or like 3 games, because it's gonna be like my oldest nieces and nephew that's gonna like share them or have like a little family present with them. They are old like Windows games, so you can't really play them on new computers. However, their dad, I think, is doing something with computer engineering. I'm not exactly sure what, but I'm pretty sure he can like find out like how to download the software so they can play them. So I think that's gonna be fine, and I'm just like, I'm so happy about this present. This was like a good idea. If you are really nostalgic as I am, or if you're like just curious how Swedish like vintage PC game worked, I can link like a link where you can find like gameplays of them if I start playing them. Honestly, I might be more excited than my nieces and nephews gonna be by this like games. On this little auction site, I also found these little Moomin, what is it called? Like Christmas balls. So it's this like old school Moomin print on them, and I really like it. I think it's so cute. So I bought 6 of them. I'm not sure if they're vintage or if somebody made them, but I'm still so happy. They're so nice and really cool. Okay, but honestly, they were really expensive. I think I paid like 250 kronor for them and like 50 kronor for like the shipping. So in total, I paid like $30 for 6 Christmas balls. However, Moomin things are collectibles, so they are a little bit more expensive, and honestly I have no regrets about like buying these. So okay, but back to these 2 things. I honestly bought this for myself at first and this for my nephew. I got the brilliant idea, like, to my friends to make small ornaments, because I'm obviously not getting them like huge things, but how cute would it be for me to like give them an ornament each? So my friend number 1 in this case is very into tea. I just have to like put like a string on it, then I think it could look really, really cute. And for this thing, my friend number 2, like me, she loves like old school like Nintendo game and Mario and stuff like that. So obviously I couldn't really check which like character it is, but I hope it's like Todd, the little turtle, or maybe like the red Joshi, but we'll see. But anyways, I think I can like put a string between the Legos and make like a little ornament from this. I'm honestly very happy about this idea because I think it's very cute. So I'm done with like 2 of my friends like presents. I just have to find like another little thing to make like an ornament for my 3rd friend. I don't really have any ideas, to be honest, but I didn't really for my other 2 friends, so I'm just like hoping that inspiration will struck me maybe if I go like in another secondhand store. So we'll see how that goes, but at least I can like cross off friend 1 and friend 2. But other than going like into 2 secondhand stores, I've also been looking at this like auction site Tradera that we have in Sweden, but I'm pretty sure like you in America or whatever country you guys live in have like a similar one. But it's like an auction site that most people sell like collectibles that can have like some value rather than just like donating it. I've also looked at Facebook Market a little bit too for some stuff. However, like I usually use Facebook Market for like furniture. Like a lot of my furniture in my house are from Facebook Market. I think it's great for furniture. However, I haven't really found like a lot there yet. I have called my brother twice. Once when he was with his girlfriend and they had like nothing that they wished for or that they had like thought of that they needed or something like that. So that was kind of like a dead end. Then I called my brother again to ask him. That time he actually realized that he needed headphones, so that's like the only thing that I have thought about for my brother. Other than headphones, like the only idea I had for my brother was basically like while looking through Facebook Market, I was like, maybe I should give him like a massage chair. Not the full chair because that's not gonna fit in his apartment. However, when he lived in his other apartment, he like the apartment complex had a massage chair that they can use for free and everything like that, and he loved it. He'd almost like use it every day, I think. So like that's like something that I think he really would like to have. However, it's not gonna fit in his apartment, and also when I looked at like things that you just like put on a chair, like portable massage pads or whatever you want to call it, I'm not sure how good they are, so I'm not sure if he would use it, to be honest. So like that, I kind of like put that idea on ice. So in my search on these like online like auction sites, I did buy the collector's comic book, and I actually bought him like more than one thing. The thing about like collectibles, it's harder to find, and when you find them at a good time when they're not too expensive. I found like a Moomin mug from like the 90s that went for almost, I think, 6,000 kroner, which is about like $600. So collectible Moomin things can be extremely expensive. So these comic books from the 70s were still pretty like inexpensive for being Moomin collectible stuff. So I actually bought him the whole series. I only missed number 6 of 10. So my idea with them, gift it to him like once at a time, because they still went up to like a price between like 400 to like 200 kroner, which is kind of a lot of money. So I'm gonna like share that present with like, I think my brother, my dad, and my grandma, because like we usually don't spend that much on Christmas presents. So this number 1 that I'm gonna give him like this Christmas, I think it costs 333 kroner, which is about like $33, and then $73 in shipping. So like the total amount was 410 kroner, which is about like $41. So to be honest, that is a pretty like expensive present. However, I think he's really gonna like it. And honestly, my brother and my dad was really happy that they don't have to focus on his present. And on that same subject of Moomin, I bought like my youngest nephew 4 Moomin puzzles. It was like a collection or like a set of 4 puzzles. They were kind of expensive, not for being Moomin things, but for being a puzzle, I guess. The puzzle cost 173 kroner and had like a shipment fee of 49. So in total that was 222 kroner, which is about like $22-ish. So I think I'm gonna share that at least with my brother. But I think it was a really good gift. It was 4 puzzles. They're all in wooden, so they're like really nice. They had like a move-in, like pictures on them and stuff like that. Since like my like his grandpa is very into Moomin, I think it's gonna be like a kind of a little bonding thing that they can do together. So I think that was a really good present at least. Those 2 things hasn't arrived yet, but I think I'm gonna get them like in a few days or so. So at least I'm done with both my uncle's and my youngest nephew's present. I definitely feel like this year so far has like the quality of the presents and like the thought has gone up a lot. So like so far I'm really happy. I still have no idea what to get a lot of other people, so we'll see how it goes. So far so good. To be honest, I think the smartest would be right now to kind of like focus my search online to maybe those like auction sites or like Facebook Market or maybe some other place, like brainstorm a little bit for a lot of people. But for right now, I think I'm gonna focus on my dad, my brother, and also his girlfriend, because those things I have kind of an idea what I'm trying to look for, but I think those things I'm gonna find like online somewhere. And I think after I've done that, it's maybe time to go to another thrift store to like browse around or something like that, when I have a little bit more of an idea what I'm exactly looking for. So yeah, I think that's the plan. But good progress. So I finally got the things from the auction site. So this is what we have so far, and this is beautiful. And this is in very good condition too. It looks really, really good. I'm so happy about this. So the puzzle is beautiful. Look at it. The Moomin motifs are so beautiful. It honestly looks like 2 of them are the same, so fail, but I think it's fine though. And then of course we have the 2 things for my friends. So yeah, that's what we have so far. Okay, so this is actually curtains, this one, but I thought that this could be like really cool, like reusable wrapping paper for 25 kroner stick for each. So that's like $2.50. Yes. So far I haven't really found any presents, but I found like a bunch of different Christmas decorations for example like the curtains that I'm gonna use as reusable wrapping paper. And this is kind of like shinier, so it kind of looks more luxurious. Then I found like more of these like thread or whatever you want to call it. And also this one, I thought this was really cute for 5 kroner. Some maybe Christmas trees decorations. And also this fabric I'm gonna use as wrapping paper. And cute little stars for 10 kroner each. Some cute bells for 15 kroner each. I think I'm gonna use this as Christmas tree decorations. I was finding it's like really cute Santa Claus. I think these are ornaments and these are just like decorations that you put on like table or something. I also found one of these like nutcrackers. We use these in Sweden like during Christmas for the nuts that we use, and it was only 10 kronor. It definitely feels like it's sturdy, so this is really good. And I'm thinking maybe this could be like a good little thing for my third friend to make an ornament out of, but I don't know. Honestly, I haven't found anything yet that's like her like to the T, or like that's like 100% her, so I'm still a little bit iffy about this one. And then I found like a little glass bottle too that's only 10 kronor. And also, I know it's the wrong season, but I found like these like 2 little cute Easter eggs, and they're only like 10 kronor each. And I don't have a lot of Easter decorations because I don't really celebrate Easter that much, but I thought they were really cute. So I just wanted to make like a little overview of the things that I got. I'm very, very happy with what I got. So even if this was kind of a fail finding Christmas present, I'm still very happy. It's starting to get cold in Sweden, but I'm on my way to pick up one of the games that, or actually more than one, but I bought a game over the auction site. The seller actually offered me to buy 2 more game, like off the site or whatever, because they asked me like, hey, do you want these 2? And I got them for really cheap, so that's a bonus. I think I might have all my nieces and nephews like presents done for now, so yeah, that was definitely a success. Now I'm waiting outside for seller. Now the games are picked up. So I bought this one on the auction site Tradera for 75 kronor, which is about like $7.5, and that's not that much. And I decided to pick it up because the auction site has an option for you to pick up the item if the seller like offers it, instead of like have it shipped. So it was definitely worth picking this game up because like the shipping cost was about like the same price as the game. But then when we shouted about like how I was going to pick up the game, the seller also offered me this like Christmas game, as well as this like game Pet som finns i Mucklornas värld. And these 2, me and my brother used to play a lot when we were little, so I think I might be all set. And I think I got this for like 75 kronor, which is again like $7.5, and this was like $5 for 50 kronor. So they were honestly really cheap compared to like what like sellers sell these games for like as individuals on the auction site. So I definitely got a good deal, and I didn't have to pay shipping, so this was definitely a success. And also these games, in my opinion, are pretty like gender neutral. So this little cat that you play as, they never really specify if she is a girl or a boy, and the name Findus, like it's not like implying that the cat is a boy or a girl, so I think it's pretty like gender neutral and like non-binary. So in my opinion, like these games are very good for kids, and also the mini games in the game are very like I don't know, like they kind of promote some type of learning, either like logic or like some kind of like strategy, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm very happy about that, and I think we're done with my nieces and nephews' Christmas presents. So yeah. Okay, so now I've been sitting by my computer for about like 4 to 6 hours looking up like presents, like ideas, like different brands, different like qualities of different presents, and I'm honestly so exhausted. I think I have a newfound respect for people who stalk other people online, because looking up things online is work. I actually found something on this auction site to my third friend. It's small earrings that I think I can like take off the hoop from and just like hook strings to and make them ornaments. And my friend 1 and 3 do watch anime. I don't know exactly if they watch like this character's like anime. However, I think it kind of represents her really well, because like her emojis in our group chat is a little cute mouse and then a knife. And I feel like this kind of like symbolizes her cuteness, but like scariness too. So I feel like overall it suits her very well. So I'm super happy about that. And that means I'm done with my friend's Christmas present. So yay. And for my brother's girlfriend, I looked at the auction site, I looked on Facebook Market, I looked on the Swedish version of like the more legitimate Craigslist here in Sweden. I found nothing, and kind of like started thinking about like maybe I should find something else. And I found like this little Polaroid printer, and that's kind of like cute because like that goes with with her Christmas present last year, which was like photo frames and like photo albums. I have honestly thought about like buying one of these myself. I looked on Facebook Market and also this auction site. So first I found like a really big chunky one, and I watched a bunch of tutorials and changed my mind. I didn't really want that. And the one I think I'm gonna go with is the one on the auction site, because that's around like 300 kroner, which is about like $30, and that's kind of my budget for her. The other ones on Facebook Market cost about like 750 kroner, which is $75, and that's a little bit out of the budget that I'm like having for her. So sadly I couldn't really buy those, but I'm like focusing on this one right now. The auction isn't until like a few days, but that's what I have my eyes on right now. So, and I'm honestly very happy about this too. So we'll see how the auction goes. So for my dad, I kind of settled at buying him an air fryer. I've watched like a ton of like tutorials and videos on YouTube on like how to use it and what you can use it for, and I actually think it's perfect for him. So I settled on buying that. I've also looked on Facebook Market a little bit like what type they have, and they have like these like really cheap ones for like around like $35-ish, and they have like really expensive ones for around $300. I don't really want to go with the cheapest brand, like one of those like knockoff brands, if that makes sense. So I think I settled on buying like a name brand, which seems to be Philips, I think, and stay in the maybe 800 kroner, which is like $80, because it seems like you can get a pretty decent air fryer for that. It's kind of barely used. It seems like people have honestly just like bought them, never used them, put them in the like the back of a closet, and then just like realized that they don't want it anymore. So I think this might turn out really good. So right now I'm like contacting sellers, like checking with them if like there's any problems, like double checking some things and like the like where they are, seeing if the price is negotiable. So hopefully I can like meet up or like go to sellers to pick the like air fryer up pretty soon, but we'll see. But honestly it feels really good to actually have decided this and like decided on which model too, so that's really good. And then we have my brother's presents, which honestly have already started giving me a headache. So I think I'm pretty set of giving him headphones at this point. I found like some, because he wants the in-ear like earbuds. I found like really good ones by Marshall. I love Marshall. I think they're a really good like sound brand. So I'm looking at like in-ear earbuds, but also like over-ears headphones, because like he was okay with both of them, but I do think he wants like the earbuds more. I'm not sure if I want to buy like the iPhones like or Apple's earbud, because I feel like they're kind of like overpriced, and I'm also a little bit iffy about like in-ears, like secondhand in-ears headphones, because like of like sanitary reasons and stuff like that. I actually went to like an electronics store that has like some like vintage stuff or like used stuff, but they don't sell headphones for that reason, because it's not sanitary. So I'm trying to be very cautious about that. But so far I've actually found like a pair of Marshall earbuds headphones that are completely new. They sold for about like 130 euros, but the seller wants 1,000 like kroner for them, which is about $100. I think I can like ask for a lower price, because they sell new right now for about 850 kroner, which is about like $85. So I'm thinking about negotiating that price, but honestly that would be the perfect present, I think. So I really want that to work out, but I'm still gonna like look around a little bit. But I have contacted the seller, and let's see how this goes. So for my aunt, I think now after like browsing around a little bit, I've changed my mind. I don't think I want to give her a picnic basket. I think I'm gonna go for more garden stuff. She does love like gardening, like planting things and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like find something online or something in a thrift store, maybe like pots or like maybe garden tools. Honestly, I have no idea, but I think that's kind of like the category I'm gonna stay in. I think that's a lot better than just like a picnic basket. So instead, I think I'm gonna go with the picnic basket for my cousin and her husband as a couple's gift. I think that's gonna be really good. They're very outdoorsy people. They like to travel. I think that's something that they can enjoy. Again, I'm not exactly sure, other than like maybe plastic glasses, what to like include in that basket, but we'll see. I think that's like for the secondhand stores or like vintage stores to decide, because honestly I don't even know like how to start searching for that. But at least it kind of feels nice to have like decided that that's what I'm gonna do, so I have like a clear goal that I can like kind of focus on. So yeah, I feel like after this like very long night of like doing research, I feel like a little bit more collected, like organized, and feel like I have goals in mind. I mean, I haven't purchased anything yet, but I feel like my brain and my ideas are a lot more organized, and I feel like I have goals for all the presents, so that feels really, really good. Because honestly, before, like my head was chaotic, so this feels really nice, and I feel a lot more collected, so yeah. And then I have done a lot of research on the photo frame to my grandma. grandma. Oh my god, this was so hard. I watched so many like tutorials or like the top like photo frame for videos on YouTube and everything like that. It took a lot of time, and I also contacted so many sellers that sold like cheaper version of like a digital photo frame, like asking them like, hey, is this like frame playing videos? And honestly, most of them said no, or that they didn't really know. So if I wanted to do the video, that was not really an option. And then when I specifically looked for these like photo frames that play the videos, I found like a bunch of them. However, they are really expensive. They are at least $100 each, like new, I think almost like towards like $200. So that became like a little bit iffy because my grandma is 95 years old. She's not good with technology. She's kind of uncomfortable with technology too. So I'm not sure if that's like worth the risk of her even like using it or liking it. So honestly, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with this right now, but I found one model. It's called Nix Play. I think it's an 8-inch. For about like with all the cost of like shipping and like tariffs and stuff like that, it was about like over $60, but that was still kind of expensive, I think, for a photo frame. I think I'm gonna keep my eye on it, but at the same time, I'm not sure. But I'm starting to like the idea more because like these more expensive photo frames, apparently you can like connect to like an app or something like that. So I think all of our family could be like connected to that photo frame and like send her photos through that app throughout like the month or weeks and something like that. So for us that can't like go visit her, for example, my cousin in America, or like my brother in another like state or like a city here in Sweden, can basically send her photos. My brother, hey, I'm in like football practice, or my cousin in America, she can like send picture of her kids and stuff like that. Honestly, I thought that was a really good idea. I think the problem right now is just like me debating the price, if it's worth it. It might go up to like a higher price because like eBay is obviously like an auction site, and the other ones that I found there was about like $100, like even like for the ones that are used. So I'm gonna keep my eye on this auction, but we'll see if I decide to get this one or not. So what I need to do right now is to basically contact sellers, like agree on a price, and also agree on like a pickup date and like location. And honestly, that can take some time, but after that I obviously need to go and pick up the things, and honestly that can take longer than you think. So hopefully they just want like a quick and clean sale, because if you haven't bought anything like online or like on Facebook Market or like secondhand from somebody, there are some sellers that are so stubborn that basically want the same price, like the new price that they bought like a good for. Even if they have used it, it's obviously not worth the same amount anymore, and you don't have like that insurance of like the exchange rate from like the store and everything like that. So sometimes like they are a little bit unreasonable on the price. Usually those people, they won't budge on the price, but you can give the option of like, hey, listen, this goodie is actually selling for this price, and I'm offering you this price for it since it's like secondhand and everything like that. And if they want to take it, they will take it. If they don't, they don't. But I feel like it's easiest worth to like give the suggestion to them. The process of doing research when you buy like a little bit more expensive things like secondhand is honestly kind of exhausting, but I think it's also because I really like to do thorough research. I am exhausted right now. I'm very tired of being Santa Clara right now. But anyways, I'm gonna communicate a little bit more with the sellers, look around a little bit more, and the next step is basically to pick up the goods, hopefully, because like some sellers can be a little bit complicated, but we'll see. Okay, so this is what I found during this little secondhand store run. It wasn't like a major success, but it wasn't a fail either. I got this little basket for 5 kroner, which is about 50 cents. And also these glasses for 50 cents each. These Christmas tree ornaments for 10 kroner each, which is about $1. I think this was 5 kroner too, which is 50 cents. And these little ones was, I think, they had a deal for like 10 for 5 kroner or 10 for 10 kroner. I don't really know, but at least it was like really inexpensive. And I think they were so cute. And I'm thinking about giving the basket and the plastic glasses to my cousin and her husband to like start a little picnic basket. And honestly, this basket is really nice. I'm very happy about this one. And the fact that it costs like 5 kroner, 50 cents is amazing. Actually, I would say present-wise it was pretty good, and Christmas decoration-wise it was also pretty good. The Christmas decorations were actually really inexpensive. These usually cost at least 40 kroner, like $4 I think, and so I saved about like 75%, so I'm really happy about that. So right now I'm in the car, my dad is driving me, and we're actually picking up his present, so I can't really say what it is right now. But this is actually my third attempt on picking up this item. The first one canceled right before we were like about to plan me like picking it up, and the other one actually canceled when we were almost there. So I think a good thing to keep in mind, it's definitely not problem free like buying secondhand or from like sellers online. This item I found on Facebook Markets. So if you're looking for these types of items, I think Facebook Market are a very good place to look like at. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, but like I'm crossing my fingers because I'm honestly losing my patience at this point. So the present is secured, and my dad isn't allowed to look at it or be close to the present.
Yeah.
So here it is. It actually looks really nice. I do understand what the seller said though. It is a little bit greasy, so I need to clean it. But other than that, it actually looks really nice. It barely looks used, and I got it for 700 kroner. And I think the new ones cost from like 1,000 kroner to like 1,500-600-ish. I think this might be a little bit of an older model, but I still think the quality and the main function of it is good enough. So I don't think it matters that it's not the latest version, and it actually looks really, really good. So when I went to pick it up, I did check it out so it works and everything, like just to see that so it works or nothing gets stuck or anything like that. Obviously I can't try it to that extent that I will cook food in it, but to the extent that I can check it, it works fine. I'm super happy about it, and I honestly really think that my dad would like this. So that's one more present checked off. Okay, so a lot of things happened today. So I went to pick up my dad's presents, and I also ended up winning 2 auctions. So the first auction I won was for my brother's girlfriend, the little Polaroid printer, and that ended up being a little bit more higher than I thought it would be, 359 kroner plus shipping at 59 kroner. So that ended up being about like 420 kroner, which it was a little bit more than I expected, but still it's fine. And I also won the auction of the 2 lanterns for my aunt, which ended up to be 199 kroner plus shipping at 60 kroner, so that's about like 260 kroner. So that wasn't that bad, honestly. So I'm 3 Christmas gifts down. That's really nice. So now I just have to wait for the sellers to basically ship the items. I'm not sure exactly when that's gonna be, but at least I'm done with their presents, and that feels really nice. So I also ended up buying, like just kind of an impulse buying, one of those digital photo frame for my grandma. It cost 25 kroner and I think like 50 kroner shipping, so it was about like 75 kroner, which is about $7.50. It was really cheap, but I thought, hey, like I might as well just like buy this since this is so inexpensive and just try if the video works. But I also thought about like a last minute like solution if that's not gonna work. So I'm gonna contact like my cousin, my relatives, like all my family members, and ask them to send like really nice photos so I can like load onto this frame if the video doesn't work. So at least it's kind of like a nice present for her, so she has like all pictures from like all her family and relatives and stuff like that. So I still feel like that's a good solution if the video doesn't work. It honestly might be better than the video if the video would have made her cry, so I think it's still fine. So at least that whole photo frame situation is solved right now, but I'm still waiting for that photo frame. It honestly have taken a while right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it soon. Regarding my brother's presents, like the first Marshall headphone sellers hasn't even contacted me back. The other one contacted me after a while saying that he lost the headphones. But I also found like another pair on the auction site that I'm really gonna try to get. It's ending next Sunday, so I'm like crossing my fingers I'm gonna get that one, because obviously I haven't had any luck with the other sellers. I'm very set on getting those Marshall headphones because I feel like that would be perfect. So another solution was basically to get him those like Beats headphones, because I've heard those are really good, and maybe like changing the ear things on it or something like that. I'm still looking into that, but I really want the Marshall headphones. I feel like that would be perfect, and he did prefer like the in-ear earbuds, so I'm just like crossing my finger that that's gonna work out, but we'll see. But yeah, now I just have to wait for the packagers to arrive and then try to get my brother his freaking earphones. And I also need to like gather things for my cousin and her husband's like picnic basket. So I also will go to a few thrift stores, but that's where we at, and we're almost done. Thank God. This is stressing me out, honestly. So hopefully the things get here soon. back home from secondhand shopping with my friends, and this is what I got. So I got a few pots and baskets, and I'm gonna say the prices in Swedish kroner. So this was 15 kroner, this was 35 kroner, this was 20 kroner, this was 15 kroner. Honestly, this was really nice for being 15 kroner. That was a really good find. And I'm gonna use one of them for my nieces and nephews present. And here's a pillowcase for 15 kroner. I don't necessarily like pink, but this was like a really good quality. So I think I might take that to our summer house. Then I also bought some more Christmas ornaments, and these are really cute heart ones in wood for 20 kroner. Then I got some things for my nieces and nephews. This is more of a filler things that I'm gonna put in the basket so it looks a little bit more fall and fun. And these 4 mugs, they are from a burger chain here in Sweden, so I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that. However, they are Moomin and honestly feels kind of like good quality. So I'm thinking about putting these into the same basket as my nieces and nephews' parents, my cousin and her husband, and honestly making the parents' basket into a family basket. It wasn't really the plan, however, I think it's gonna work out really well now. But I'm thinking about also maybe putting some of my cousin's favorite wine in it too. So I do feel a little bit bad because it was supposed to be only the parents' basket, but since I found these and it goes pretty well with the plastic wine glasses as a picnic basket for the whole family, I thought it was kind of perfect, so I think they're gonna be okay with that still. And these were only 5 kroner each, and they feel like they're decent quality too. Then I also got this little elf accessory, and I'm thinking about maybe forcing whoever is like handing out the present it. And because of that, I will definitely try to force my brother to do that this year, because I really want to put this on him now. And lastly, we have this fabric that costs 25 kroner for each like strand or each piece. So that was like 50 kroner. And me and my friends were supposed to have this for crafting. However, we ended up doing other types of crafting instead. So we didn't end up using this, but maybe another time. So yeah, that's what I found so far. And it's starting to kind of fall into place with like the filler things for the different basket and me finding the basket. So I kind of want to call this a success. I'm on my way doing my last little errand to try to find things for my cousin and her husband, like the family basket. And it's super cold, and for some reason I decided to walk to this thrift store, and it's gonna take me 25 minutes. Don't really know why I did that, but yeah, that's what we're doing. So it's the last push, so hopefully like after this I'm done. So for my other mistake, I took very thin walking shoes, so it's super cold. You would think that I've never lived in Sweden before. It's such a beginner's mistake. So it's very windy outside, so hopefully you guys hear me. But first place was kind of a fail. I found so many good things, but nothing that I was actually looking for the little like picnic basket for my cousin and her family. So I'm going to a second place today because like this place is not open all the time. So I kind of like need to make sure to go there when they actually are open. So here we go. I'm honestly not finding what I'm looking for here. Okay, so I did not find what I was looking for, so I might have to resort to the little cheats. Okay, so I'm back from the 2 secondhand shopping rounds, and honestly, I found nothing that I was looking for, but I found so many other really good things. So I found like some Christmas stuff, for example, like the flowers. I have a few from IKEA, but these looked so much better, and I think I got that one for 25 and that one for 15 because I got a little pot with that one. This was 10 kroner. This glögg or mulled or mulled wine, like serving bowl or whatever, you can have a little candle under there, was only 30 kroner. That was really good. And I also got these like little cute apple ornaments, and I think those were like a few kroner each or something like that. And also this little make your own ornaments kit, and I think I'm gonna like ask my friend to help me like make them really good because she's like really good at crafting. So I think I'm gonna bring this one when I meet my friends this Sunday to do some little crafting. This one was 30 kroner, 10, 15, 25, and also 15. And here we have some other Christmas decorations. I think this was 10 and this was 20. I'm gonna put these in my little Christmas city over there. And also these I'm gonna make into Christmas ornaments because I've made some new ones this year. Let's see if it wants to focus. A little Moomin one and another Moomin one, and yeah, so I'm getting a lot of new ornaments. I also recently really wanted to start watching Desperate Housewives again, and I found this season 1 DVD set, so I was like, I have to buy it. I also got this little ceramic picture for 15 kroner, and I will take this to my like family summer house to hang it in the little cabin or like the little tiny home that I'm decorating right now. I also got this. I did get more stuff, but honestly I put them away because I actually found so many things. So it was a really good like thrifting store round. However, it was really bad in that sense that I really did not find anything that I was looking for the picnic basket. So my dad is actually taking me to a thrift store this Friday. So hopefully I will find something there, but if not, I might have to like resort to the little sheet and include like maybe some wines or like cheeses or like food related stuff, so we'll see. So this will be my last attempt to find something else for the picnic basket. If I can't find something here, I'm just gonna give up and like do the sheet and fill it with like cheese or like alcohol or something like that. So my idea basically was that I bought them glasses, so maybe I can like compensate with some like champagne, maybe some like red wine, because I stalked my cousin and like she and her like wine likes on Instagram, so I kind of like have an idea what she likes. As a little filler to maybe find like one of these like jars to fill with maybe like cookies, something to eat, maybe tea, I don't really know, but something like good, maybe cheese or something like that, but having like a container to gift it in, if that makes sense. But honestly, so far I haven't found anything. Like honestly, it's very hard to find something good at this place, so I might have found something better at one of the other stores, but you know. Okay, so I am finally done thrifting all the gifts for Christmas 2022. Even if I started like earlier this year, I actually ended like later. I think the reason was that I didn't really have like concrete ideas like when I started, so I have like a long period when I didn't really know what to get people. And then when I decided what to get them, I had my mind so set on something, so it made it a little bit less flexible, if that makes sense. So it took a long time this year, and I'm just so happy it's over. And before we get started with like the prices and how much I saved and everything like that, I did ended up like donating my money to Amnesty. Again, I know it's not a lot of money, but at least I feel like it's like something, and I encourage you to do the same. I will link all the links in the description box below where you can donate. You can also like sign a petition for the people in Iran. So if you do have the time or money, please go do that. I will link everything in the description box below. And also, if you do have any organizations that helps the people of Iran more like hands-on in Iran, please leave them in the comments below. I would really like to know, and like please help me spread the information, because in my opinion, like there is not enough being done in that part of the world. I think the first world countries are very selective of like which people they want to help. So please help me be informed, like leave whatever organizations that you think is good to donate to or like support in the comments below, so I know for next time. I also want to give a little reminder of take care of your things, because like when you have things and treat them very badly or just like throw them away for convenience, it's very bad for the environment to like have to reproduce, or just like throwing away things that can be recycled in the normal trash. So please take care of your things, and if you don't want it anymore, don't throw it away, donate it. I donate everything that I don't want, and it's usually very easy to drop it off at one of the secondhand stores, because like they usually have people that work there just for like items coming in. So in the holiday spirit and the season of gift giving, please give away your things that are still like working or in decent condition. Somebody else is gonna love it, and it's not as hard as it seems. And also some tips and advice. Something that's really important is to know your stores that you're going to if you're going to physical stores, because they are very different from each other. So in my experience in Sweden and in America, the secondhand stores in like very well off like middle class or like higher middle class areas are very good areas to go to thrift stores in, because like they have the best stuff. Or maybe like rich areas too, honestly I'm not too familiar about that, but in my experience like the best stores are in really well off like suburbs or like middle class areas. They usually have new or rarely used stuff from really good brands that they just donate because they have like too much, or they bought something that they regret or something like that. So those are the places that I usually go to, and also in my opinion they are better than the places in the city or like the metropolitan areas and stuff like that. In my experience they do have good stuff, but they're either really expensive or they don't have enough space for you to like find those like really like good golden eggs. And also if you do want to find those like golden eggs, like pieces that are very inexpensive, I would recommend you to go to really big stores, because usually big stores do not really have like a capacity to go through all the stuff to like price them at what they're worth. So you can find like designer or like really good brand clothing that's barely used for like $1 or something sometimes. Not all the time, but pretty frequently at least. The places that are a little bit smaller and might be a little bit more selective what they bring in, they have the time to put the right price on the item. It's gonna be worth the money since it's secondhand. However, it's gonna be a higher price tag than it would be at a store that's not have the time to like price it correctly. So. And to the most important thing is know your audience. I'm usually really good at this, like paying attention on what people say like throughout the year and stuff like that. So I have a pretty good idea what they might need or like want. This year I did not have as much of that kind of information for like personal reasons that I'm not gonna share here. But my overall best advice is to know the people that you're buying Christmas presents for, because it's gonna be so much easier, because you might actually have like 5 different options that you can give them instead of one. Because thrifting for like a very specific thing is gonna be, it might be mission impossible. So for example, for this year I was looking for specific things, but I was unlucky this year. Like I had so much trouble like finding things, for example my aunt, or like the picnic baskets and stuff like that. So it might create a lot of problems for you. So please have a lot of options if you're like thrifting gifts, because like it can be a hard time like finding one very specific thing. But we're gonna look at how much I spent and how much I saved. That's new for this year, but I'm actually really excited about that, to see how much I saved. But let's start the review of how much everything was. So for my dad, I got the air fryer, and I'm really happy about this present. I think he's gonna get a lot of good use for it, and also he mentioned so many things like leading up to like Christmas now, like the electricity prices rising and just like things that he likes, that he wants to cook more and stuff like that, that will go really good with this air fryer. Honestly, I'm so excited about this item because I think he's gonna get like so much good use out of it and actually really like using it. So it was 700 kroner, and new ones like in this similar like model cost about like 160 kroner, which means I saved 900 kroner, which is about like $86. So basically I saved more than I spent on this present. Nice. Then for my brother's present, which I'm also really happy about, I think he's gonna love these headphones. However, they were a headache getting a hold of because I definitely like just set my mind on this like particular like brand. The headphone and the shipping cost me 669 kroner, which is about like $64. So that means that I saved 620 kroner, which is about $59. I think that's a really good price for Marshall headphones, and the savings are also really good. So for my brother's girlfriend, I was also really happy about her present. I hope she's gonna like it. I don't know if it's like a guarantee success, but I think so. And also it goes very well with like her Christmas present last year. And I just have to say, it's very hard getting information out of my brother about her and her likes and her preferences and just her aesthetic or whatever. So I'm working against like a force, aka my brother. So okay, I'm not gonna say her name, but brother's girlfriend, if you don't like this present, I would like to blame my brother. You can throw a potato at him if you want from me. Yeah, but I hope you like your present anyways. But this present ended up costing $418. It's supposed to be a little bit more than I was like thinking for this present, but it's still completely fine. And that's about like $40. And the new one that I found online cost 1,395 kroner, which means that I saved 977 kroner, and that's about $93. I could basically get like 4 of these like little Polaroid printers for the price of like the new one. At least that the saving was a complete success, so yay. So for my grandma's present, it's definitely like the wild card of this like Christmas season. I really like the idea, even though I would have loved to bought her like the more expensive picture frame so we can like all like participating in like sending her pictures. However, if she's not gonna use it, I don't want to risk spending a few $100s, because like the new ones, like the new good ones, cost from like $100 to like sometimes like $300. And I just didn't feel like that was worth it. That's definitely not my budget, and if she's not gonna use it, it's like a definitely no. That's just a waste of money. But I think this like little budget frame is still pretty cute, and it was really inexpensive too. It was just like 25 kroner plus like shipping. So I uploaded pictures to it, and I think I noticed that it's like light sensitive, so it seems like when you pass it, it turns on. So if I put this by her TV chair, and usually that's when she feels a little bit more lonely at nighttime, it's gonna turn on and show pictures of all her like grandchildren and kids and stuff like that. So like I think that might be a cute idea. We'll see. But I have hopes, even if I know it's a big possibility of her not even using it or understanding how it's gonna go. So yeah, we'll see. The total cost of the frame and the shipping was 74 kroner, which is about $7. And the similar frame that I found that was kind of like the same quality of frame, like a very simple quality, cost 520 kroner, which means I saved 446 kroner, which is about $42. Honestly, that's really great, especially since I thought I would spend like a few $100 on a picture frame. So I saved $42. Nice. And for my aunt, I bought the solar powered like lanterns, and I think that's a really good idea because she has like bought similar things, but things that you put in the like the little lights that you put in the ground for our like summer house. So I think she's really gonna like this. So the cost and the shipping was 259 kroner, which is about $25 ish. The ad or auction that I bought this from said that like these new cost 599 kroner, which means means that I saved 340 kroner, which is about $32. And that's really good too, I think. It might have been a little bit of a fail though, because the auction said like unused, like the item was unused. And I honestly thought that this auction site was for only like used stuff basically, or like collectibles. But when I got it, it didn't look like it was even taken out of like the original box. So I might have bought like a new thing and not like a secondhand or a vintage thing. So that might have been a fail. Keep in mind that these auction sites might sell like new stuff. It's more like a store that sells like new stuff. Even if I honestly did not think that that was allowed, but that honestly didn't even cross my mind that they were allowed to do that. So just think about that and yeah, make sure that you know if your things are secondhand or not. So to my favorite present this year for my uncle, honestly, I'm so happy with this present. It's so good. It was expensive. So the cost and shipping together was 410 kroner, which is about like $39, which is definitely expensive for like a comic book. So I definitely did not save any money. Like it might go up in value like in a few years or something like that. But if I would have bought it in the 70s, it might have been like $5 or something like that. I don't know. So I definitely didn't save anything on that item, but honestly I'm really fine with that because it's a really good collectible and I'm really happy about it. Yee. Okay, so now to my nieces and nephews. This is gonna be a little bit more complicated because I bought them a lot of things. But so first, the little basket to my oldest nieces and nephews. It was like 2 games and like some like marbles that you can play with, like those like round little things, and also some Lego. So I obviously have the price, which was altogether it was 185 kroner, including the basket too, and that's about $17-18 ish. So this is not gonna be the exact number, but I tried to like calculate about how much that would be if you bought like the things new. So the basket that I found at IKEA was between like 60 to 150 kroner each. So I'm gonna say that this basket was 60 kroner. For the marbles, it definitely differed. I found like a little like jar with them for like 60 kroner. There were other ones that was so much more expensive, but I'm just gonna like assume that it's like 60. Okay, so the Legos I'm gonna put as like 40 kroner new. Even if it was a kind of boring pack, I think it's a pack that should be with something else, but Legos are so expensive, so I put it as for 40 kroner, which is like $4-ish. It seems kind of fair since Lego is kind of expensive. And then for the games, I know this varies a lot nowadays because you can buy very simple games for like nothing, and then like PlayStation games could be very, very expensive according to my brother. So I put these games as 200 kroner each because they are quality games that were like about that like price when they were new, and also because they haven't like lost that much price, because at the auction site they kept a pretty high price still. I think it's because like they starting to become like collector's items or like nostalgic. So I'm gonna count the 2 games as 200 kroner each, which is about $40 together. So that means that this basket as new would be about 560 kroner, which is kind of expensive to be honest. Again, this is my calculation, what I like would assume that this would be just for the fun of it, but that means that I saved 375 kroner, which is about $36. That's pretty good, I think. In my opinion, like kids' toys or buying for kids is a little bit tricky because if you don't know the child very deeply or their parents, it can be hard to know their very specific new interests because that can change very quickly. So I think it's a little cute idea to make this basket to maybe challenge or see what they like or see if they can like something new. And since it is secondhand and not too expensive, I think it's kind of like okay and fair to just like try if they like these toys. And if they don't like the toys, they can just like redonate it or something like that. So then to my youngest nephew, he got 2 puzzles. One cost over 200 kroner and the other cost only 20 kroner because it was at a secondhand store, and the other one is a little bit more of a collectible, I think. I don't think I saved anything on those puzzles. When I like tried to look up like new children's puzzles, that was kind of like the price range that puzzles are for kids. So in total that was 222 kroner, which is about $21. So I still feel like that's pretty fair. So even if I didn't save any money on his present, I still am really happy about them. So one of the sets was Moomin, and I think that's just really cute because like his grandpa loves Moomin, so I think that's just like a cute bonding thing. And the other one is like a very famous artist, and the puzzles like represents like different children's songs that me and my brother used to like hear when we were little. So I'm very happy with that present. He might have to get a little bit older to like manage to do them by himself, but I'm pretty sure his like brother and sister can help him to do that. So yeah, I'm really happy about this present. So then to the failed things to my nieces and nephews. Okay, honestly, I feel like this can happen when you do secondhand shopping, that you find things that you have an idea for, but then they don't really work out the way you want. So if you want to avoid that, make a really structured plan or have like a very like specific idea that you want to do. The mugs and the banana did not really work in the like the family picnic basket. It turned out to like an adult basket, but I still feel like it got really cute. The mugs were 20 kroner in total, and then I bought like candy to put in it. That was 68 kroner, and the 2 bananas was 5 kroner each. So the total was 98 kroner, which is about like $9-ish. And honestly, since it's to the kids, I think it's completely fine. I think it's just gonna be like a cute little like addition that me and my brothers is gonna try to hide the bananas under the tree or like in the tree, so they have like a little like oh my god moment. And honestly, since kids are very appreciative to like the smaller things too, I think this is just gonna be like a really fun addition to them to get a little mug with like candy in them, or like find a banana under the tree. I think that's really cute. So again, no regrets, even if it was kind of a fail. It became a little cute addition to their presents basically. So to my cousin and her husband, I was honestly panicking at first. This was a picnic basket that just did not want to work out. Honestly, it was so frustrating, but at the end it actually did work out. But it was a present that I had to pull out the sheet about like buying something edible or drinkable. I feel like it's a little bit of a fail, but not too much of a fail, because I also filled it with like dry tomatoes and dried kale chips that I made, and I used like cans that I already had. So it wasn't the worst combination of like thrifting and something edible or like drinkable and also something homemade. I feel like that's still acceptable since I struggle with it so much, and yes, we're gonna just accept that how that was. But it was really nice. I really liked the basket. The basket turned out really nice regardless of that I have to use the cheat or not. So I really like so I'm really satisfied about the present at least. So in total, this present was 182 kroner, because like the wine was 157 kroner, which was basically the whole price, and that's about $17. So if I would buy these things new, the glasses would be 64 kroner, because I found like similar glasses for 16 kroner each, and the basket that I'm gonna compare to like the IKEA baskets would probably be around like 120 kroner, I think, because of the size and the nice quality too. And obviously the wine would be the same price because you can't really thrift wine. So what I saved on their present was 159 kroner, which is about $15, and I think that's still pretty good. So in conclusion, I will definitely recommend you guys to buy baskets secondhand. Like, you save a lot of money, from 120 kroner to 5 kroner. That's really good. And now to my friends. I have so many mixed feelings about this. Like in the beginning, I was so happy with my friend number one's present, like the little tea kettle, because like it's in copper, it was nice quality, like it's very her with the tea and everything like that. And then I found like my friend number two, her present, and I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of a cute idea. So I was fine with their little ornament idea. But I struggled with friend number 3 a lot, because I honestly couldn't find any like little knickknacks or something like that to make into an ornament. But honestly, in the end, I'm most satisfied with her Christmas ornament, because I think it just suits her so good. And also for friend number 2, I am so disappointed in the little Nintendo figure that I got, because honestly, I have no idea what that Nintendo figure is. I have never seen that before. Her gift might have been a fail. So for my friends, it definitely did not go as expected, but I still really liked the idea to like make a small little ornament present. This is still a really cute idea that you can really personalize to them individually. So I can definitely recommend this idea. I think it was really fun, and also I think they're really gonna like it. So altogether, the ornaments were 132 kroner, which is about $12-13. And this one was kind of like hard to decide if I actually saved any money, because like ornaments can be as cheap as like 50 cents to almost a $10 per like little Christmas ornament. So I looked around at some Christmas ornament, and it seems like the ones that you buy individually and not in the big sets cost a little bit more, and they're a little bit more like personalized. So in my opinion, I would say these ornaments can go for about $5 each, I would say, which would mean I would save just like $2, but I'm still very happy about these ornaments, so I'm really happy about this. So finally, to the reveal of how much I spend on all the Christmas presents and how much I save on all the Christmas presents by buying them secondhand. I'm honestly very excited to see like this number. So what I spend was 3,349 kroner, which is about $321 on all the Christmas presents, which was a lot more than last year, I have to admit, but it's still not that bad. But I feel like I got a lot more quality things this year, and also I will share these presents with my brother and my dad, so we're basically giving the gifts together. So this is kind of divided by 3, at least on like some of the things. Okay, but let's now see what I saved. I saved 3,837 kroner, which is about $368. I saved $368 buying secondhand instead of new. Honestly, that's incredible. I basically saved more than I spent. Honestly, I don't do this often, but I really want to pat myself on the back because of this. I think I did a really good job this year. This was a really tough year buying all the Christmas presents secondhand, but I would definitely say it was worth it. This is amazing. After seeing these numbers, I definitely will do the same thing next year too. Honestly, I would really recommend this to basically everybody, regardless if you're a student and need to save money, if you're having a harder financial time, or if you're just like saving for something. This is a really good way to both save the environment but also save a lot of money, and I feel like this calculation just showed how much money you can actually save by buying secondhand and used stuff too. And as you could see, the things are in really good condition. It's not like dirty things, it's not like bad things that you're buying from other people. The things can be really good, work perfectly fine, and be very well taken care of. Let me know in the comments below how you think I did. If you have any tips or ideas what I could have done different. It didn't go exactly how I would have liked it to go. I would have preferred to finish a little bit earlier, but again, that's kind of like the game you play with secondhand shopping. And also remember to leave your advice and tips for both like secondhand shopping or buying Christmas present, which stores to go to, really anything. Anyways, I think this is it for me and for this video. This was a really long process. It did not go as fast as I wanted it this year, and that's what can happen with secondhand. Like sometimes you find what you're looking for, sometimes you find something better than what you were looking for, and sometimes you can't find what you're looking for in forever. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt a little bit. Like some things are easier to find in secondhand stores, some are a little bit more difficult, but as you saw, it is really worth it in the end, and you can find really good stuff. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. So I will link a playlist with other Christmas videos that I've done this far. For example, eating a Swedish Christmas buffet, like the other year that I thrifted all the gifts, like decorating and all the stuff. So if you're interested in that, that would be in the description box below. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate that. And hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching again. Bye.